We have a Sally Spa hot tub, and we have been dealing with some cloudy water for the past few days. Now, it doesn't look as bad today as it did yesterday, but we have been running our filtration system for the past few days nonstop. And also, we're trying to figure out what could cause this. Everywhere I look, they say, test your pH, test your chlorine. Well, ours are in the correct range. So I am going to try a Clarifier next. And before I even add that, I am going to test our chemicals once again to make sure that it's properly balanced. I just retested our chemicals and found out that the chlorine is a little low and the pH is a little high, meaning it's more basic. However, when we had a little more chlorine and the pH was in the right range, the water seemed cloudier. I did read though that sometimes too much chlorine can cause cloudy water. We have been using the Clorox Pool and Spa Shock Plus. It's a 4-in-1 formula, and we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit in, but make sure your jets are on first when you put a little bit in. We just added in a few sprinkles of that shock, and we're going to let the jets run now. And once the jets stop running, I'm gonna retest the chemicals again. The jets have now stopped running, and as you can see, it looks a little more cloudier than it did before. And we've got a few of these little bubbles, like foamy bubbles, sitting on top. So let's go test our chemicals. Okay, so now you can see that the chlorine is a little high, but the pH is actually in an ideal range. So we're going to let this stay as is, and we're going to try the Clarifier and see what happens next. We bought this professional water clarifier. It's by Aqueduct, and it says to use 2 ounces per every 800 gallons. And what you do is you turn on your jets, measure out the amount you need depending on how many gallons you have in your hot tub, and then turn on the filtration system and leave it going, and within 24 hours it should clean it up. So we're going to check this out, and actually for what we need, it's a 1/2 ounce, a little less than a 1/2 ounce, so we're using a shot glass. Okay, so now we have the jets on, the filtration system on, and like I said, we're using a shot glass because we need a little bit of less than a 1/2 ounce, because we have about 150 gallons that we're putting this into. So we're gonna go ahead and dump it in, and let's just see what happens. Within 24 hours, we will be back and see what the results look like for the first time, all of us together. Well, it hasn't quite yet been 24 hours, but just wanted to show you, and it still looks a little cloudy. So I did decide to retest the chemicals, and what I found was that our pH was a little bit below the ideal, a little bit acidic. So I'm going to add baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, and found out just put a little smidgen in there, because if you put too much, now it's going to be too basic, and then you're going to want to put white vinegar in to decrease it, and it's just a never-ending battle. So we'll do that, put the jets back on, and wait and see what happens once our 24 hours are up. Now that we're about 3/4 of the way through, and you can actually see the water starting to look clearer, we decided to check the filter just to see if there was any dirt. And as you can see one side of it's white on one side. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this, put it back in, turn the jets back on, and wait for the remainder to be done. I have to say, this is looking a lot better. Still not where I want it to be, but you can actually see more clearer. And I did read some reviews for this product that it took some people 2 times to get the water uncloudy. So I'm going to give it another 1/2 shot glass with the jets going on, and see if that helps to even make it more clearer. My husband is saying, let's just drain it, add some more water. But no, I am determined to get this damn thing clear again. And we are going to find out together if this clarifier actually works. And at the same time, hoping that stupid EO2 error code doesn't show up. And if it does, we do have a video on that. After doing 2 treatments of Clarifier, I do have to say this actually looks a lot better. The water's a lot clearer, and you can even see the bottom of the hot tub, which we could not see before. I am going to put, at the end of this video, 3 pictures. One when we first started, the second one would be after the first treatment, and then the final one. I say give it a shot, see if it helps for you, and good luck.